Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabans, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got one of the most ridiculous shows we're going to produce in quite some time. But before we even get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So as you guys know, ESPN recently published that embarrassment of a list of the top 100 athletes in the 21st century. It was an absolute sham of a list, right? An absolute sham. Let me see if I can even find that damn list. That was just a waste of time. ESPN top 100 athletes 21st century. Let me see if I can find this stupid list. I mean, it was just so stupid. I got to bring it up. So basically, the list was starting from the year 2000 onwards, right? And let's just go through some of the people that they had on this list. And number one, they had Michael Phelps at number one. Number two, they had Serena Williams. Number three, Messi. Number four, LeBron. Number five, Tom Brady. Number six, Roger Federer. Number seven, Simone Biles. Number eight, Tiger Woods. Number nine, Usain Bolt. And number 10, Kobe Bryant. Right? So that was the list. I thought it was one of the most ridiculous lists that's ever been produced. We produced a show about it. A lot of people concurred with me. And a lot of people have been destroying that list all over the internet ever since they published it. So what happened? ESPN basically threw out a problem and then decided to throw out the solution. So they put out a stupid list and then they reacted to it. Essentially, that's what happened yesterday. So yesterday, they produced a show where there was a panel discussing this list. And essentially, they were asking the question, are you okay with LeBron James being ranked higher than Tom Brady on the top 100 athletes in the 21st century? And when the first two gentlemen spoke, they said, no, it doesn't make any sense for LeBron to be ranked ahead of Tom Brady. But then came in Ryan Clark. And Ryan Clark did something I have never seen him do on television, which was basically sit up there and twerk it up all over the screen, knock over everybody's drinks, pour honey all over their desks, and just basically disturb the peace. He gave one of the most embarrassing takes I have ever seen anyone give on any topic ever. For those of you who did not hear the sheer madness that came out of Ryan Clark's mouth the other day, take a listen to what he had to say here, and then want to come back and react to this nonsense. Take a listen to Ryan Clark here.
Are you good with LeBron James being ranked ahead of the GOAT, Tom Brady?
No, I'm not, Christine. No, I'm not. Because when you talk about a guy in Tom Brady, 23 years in the National Football League, but he spent 20 of those years with one team, and he was able to win 6 Super Bowls. Now, he was able to go in his first year with this new team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and win a Super Bowl, his 7th one. That means something to me. The duration of time that he spent with the New England Patriots, with that one team, being able to win 6 Super Bowls in a sport where you have to count on other people to do their jobs. So if I'm Tom Brady, if I throw it out to the right and the guy's he's wide open, and he drops it, Tom Brady looks bad. So does that wide receiver, but Tom Brady looks bad. When it comes to the NBA and basketball, I'm looking at a player, LeBron James, who's a physical specimen.
Monster.
And he's able to dictate a lot of things himself on a basketball court. Now, Tom was able to do it up to a certain extent, but if you're LeBron James and you only have 4 other players on your team and 5 on the other team, you can pretty much dictate a lot of things that go on within a basketball game, amongst a basketball game, I should say. With Tom Brady, he had to count on other people so much, but he was that dude that was feared for so long in the National Football League, so much so even in his 23rd year before he retired.
Yeah, I agree with that. The definition of greatness is making those around you better, and the fact that he was able to elevate his play and play with a lot of different people for different phases of his career, to me, is the definition of greatness. And look, taking nothing away from LeBron, one of the all-time greats, to me, he had to have the right supporting cast a couple different times to get to where he wanted to go as the champion. So, I don't know, 7 titles in 23 years, to me, I would have put Tom Brady even higher in that list.
What's Tom Brady's son's name? Do y'all know? I don't know Tom Brady's son. You think Tom Brady was good enough to get his son drafted?
Man, you don't get out of here.
You think that? LeBron James.
He's not old enough.
So good at basketball. He's so good at basketball. And he old as hell, by the way, now, in basketball terms, 40-year-old LeBron James in December is so good at basketball, still changes the dynamic of an organization so much, still, that they drafted his son. That they said, we don't care if he had a cardiac arrest. We do not care if he averaged 4 points. We want you to stay here so bad. What you have done, what you continue to do, what you might do when you are 47 is so important to us.
47
We're going to take this draft pick. We don't care if he's ever good. And not only are we going to do that, we're not even going to make him sign a two-way. So we're going to gift him $5 million because you are so good. I agree with you. It is, and look at the list. Here's what's cool about the list. As it shrinks, right? As we get to number one, the amount of people that it takes to accomplish a goal shrinks unless you've done amazing, astounding things. The reason there are not a ton of team guys in the top 10 is because they have help. Tom Brady is 1 of 21, right? And then I'm 22. And then if you count special teams, 33, right? All of these people got to do things and they're subs and you have a coach and do this. Basketball ain't that.
Nope.
LeBron James, when he was in Cleveland the first time, they ain't not win a championship because of LeBron James. Ask the Celtics about Game 6. And then when he goes to Miami, they wasn't talk about not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, because LeBron James wasn't there. He was the one that got to take his talents to South Beach. And two, I'm just going to go home and win a championship in a place that don't ever win championships.
This is what we do.
And beat the Golden State Warriors after being down 3-1. Then go to the bubble in L.A., and he didn't even want to play Mike Tannenbaum. The man didn't want to play in the bubble. And they won a championship there, too.
So you heard what Ryan Clark had to say. Absolute nonsense. When I was watching him, I was looking at him, his face, and I'm like, but is he really serious? Is he serious as he's saying what he's saying? I don't want to believe that Ryan Clark is actually serious. Folks, before I even get into the main point, let me just distill something down to you. Did you hear the first point he brought up about, oh, well, you know, who's Tom Brady's son? LeBron James. Let me just point something out to the people in the back. That point he just brought up about LeBron being able to get his son on an NBA team is a point that some LeBron fans will use because these people have no shame. All they do is sit up there and twerk it up and sit in the corner and beat their meat next to a bucket of honey. That's all they do. That's all they do. As a matter of fact, I can almost assure you that the very first people to comment on this show is going to be a LeBron. It's these people, right? This is all they did, just did basically running through the woods with their torches and just screaming and hollering all over the place and just scaring people, right? Disturbing the peace, just total nuisances. They're going to use the point of, well, you see, LeBron was even so great, he was even able to get his son into the NBA, and his son is better than Michael Jordan's son, and that's why he's another reason. This is the mindset of a LeBron James zealot that is basically rummaging through the woods, just basically hollering and screaming about LeBron James. This is what they do. They be in the woods fighting bears for honey. They be getting into fist fights with bears for honey because they just need it. They got to rub it all over their chest to let you know how much they love LeBron. These are the people that we're dealing with. Now, we got that madness out of the way. Let's get to the absurdity of what he said. Anybody, anywhere making that assertion is just not even serious. Only a LeBron fan would be like, man, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Get the honey. This is what they would do. This is what they would do. Tom Brady has more individual championships than any NFL franchise. He won his 7th championship, I believe, in his 7th ring in his 40s. In his 40s. Let's get to the rest of the list. That was one of the stupidest lists that's ever been created. And it's not even close. Personally, I think the list should go as the following. Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Phelps or Bolt, or let's go Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian in the history of sports. Usain Bolt. And at number 5, you can start thinking of people like maybe Floyd Mayweather or people like that. That's how it should have gone. Ronaldo is easily, when I say easily the most influential athlete in the 21st century by the widest of gaps. It's not even close. It's not even disputable. Ronaldo has won at every single level of the sport. He's won everything except the World Cup, which is the hardest thing to win, which is what Messi won. And it's one of the reasons people are now saying Messi is the greatest because he won the World Cup, right? He's won everything. In terms of influence, he's influenced hundreds of millions of people to want to play football. Hundreds of millions of people around the world, right? Then you want to just talk about his sheer popularity. Ronaldo is so popular. Cristiano Ronaldo is so popular and has so much influence that at one point there was a press conference when someone had a bottle of I think Diet Coke on the table. Diet Coke. And Ronaldo moved the glass bottle out of the camera frame because he didn't want to promote it and instead put up a bottle of water. Because he knew that if the bottle was next to him, Coca-Cola, it would look like he's endorsing it. He said, no, that's the Ronaldo. And do you know what happened subsequently after that? After Ronaldo removed that bucket of that bottle of Coca-Cola, their shares of the company dropped by 1.6% that afternoon, causing them to lose $4 billion just by him removing the Coke bottle off the table. I don't know, whatever American sports media has you thinking that somehow LeBron is this. LeBron and these Americans, they're not even in the same they're not even in the same universe with the Ronaldo. It's not even close. However popular you think these guys are, those guys are like 5 to 6 times more popular. It is not even a question. LeBron on Instagram has how many followers? 159 million followers. On Twitter, he has, or X or whatever, has 53 million followers. Ronaldo, just on Instagram, has 635 million followers. He's the most followed person on earth. On his Twitter account, he already has 112 million followers. Messi is at what? 500 million followers. So in terms of impact, reach, whatever, it's not even close. Only a fool would bring up that point. If we want to have a serious conversation about the most influential athletes in the last 100 years, this is what I think. You got Ronaldo, you got Messi, you got Phelps, you got the greatest athletes. You have Usain Bolt. I would put Floyd Mayweather in there. I'll put Michael Schumacher in there. I'll put Lewis Hamilton in there. If you don't know anything about Formula One and all these guys, then I can't excuse your lack of knowledge. That's on you. And then you can bring in maybe Kobe Bryant, of course, LeBron James, of course, and then you bring those guys in, but they should be at the bottom of that thing, the bottom of it. Those guys should be at the top. I think the only person worthy being in that top 5 is probably Floyd, because all he did was be undefeated for decades. I mean, that's all he did. So Ryan Clark, man, I don't know if you're ever going to see this show, bro. I don't got nothing against you personally. I don't know you, but in terms of a sports take, that was one of the most ridiculous. I mean, I know probably you were joking. Because I don't want to believe that you were actually serious making those. That LeBron. So what does that have to do with his greatness as an athlete compared to the next guy? We're talking about Michael Phelps, who was winning, who's the most decorated Olympian ever, and here you come talking about LeBron got it. So what does that have to do with anything? The only people that would think LeBron should, I got to be LeBron, because anyway, I'm not a Phelps fan and all of these guys. I'm just an objective observer who can open up a history book and know a little bit about sports history globally and be able to come up with this information. Come on. But anyway, these are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments. We catch you on the next show. Peace.